On our earlier Let's Talk Real Estate episode this morning, we had some guests and we are trying to digest the chioba market in real estate as far as River State is concerned. Answer. You have the in-depth knowledge of the River State real estate. You see, chioba, they said, is thriving just because of the university. We all agree. But there are presence of so many other businesses in chioba today. Now, what do you want to tell the young people who want to invest in real estate in chioba
today? Michelle, thank you for having me today in Let's Talk Real Estate. You see, for every time the issue of chioba is mentioned to me and investment around chioba, what comes to my mind is this. Just hear what I want to say to you. Every year, students have a problem of accommodation. Every year, parents have issues of paying rent for their children. Parents and students have issues, but investors see that as opportunity around chioba
to bridge the gap.
Rather than them seeing as a problem, they are seeing the problem as an opportunity to invest and have accommodation for parents and students to pay for. So smart investors see chioba as an avenue to cash out from parents and from students annually.
Oh, thank you.
That is the first thing that you need to know that happens in chioba. So chioba really, where is chioba? Chioba is a student bustling area, right? Within about 10 to 12 kilometers from Port Harcourt Central. So if you're driving from maybe Government House, take about 10 kilometers, you are going to be in chioba.
And again, chioba is a federal university. University of Port Harcourt is a federal university. Does it have any advantage over River State University in terms of investment?
No, when you talk about advantage, see, number one is that a state university, right, the population is not as high as what you have in the federal university. So for instance, the federal university, University of Port Harcourt, you have University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital, you have University of Port Harcourt Demonstration School, you have students that are from external students that are coming in. You have the market, you have all the, what they call it, organizations that are within the school environment. So that alone make University of Port Harcourt of an advantage in terms of population and investment friendly. If you are an investor, in case you're looking at proper ROI, because hey, if a federal university, there's no Nigeria before there will be no Uniport. So your investment would always be there. I don't know if you understand.
Very well.
So they are saying universities, you buy property from one or two things might happen, the university will shut down. But since a federal university, so now there's Nigeria, there's University of Port Harcourt. And you should know that University of Port Harcourt was established about 1975. So it's an old university that will never fade off. So your investment will never fade off.
Yeah, and research is having that Import is one of the best universities in Nigeria. So
you can say that.
Yeah, it is. So now, Access Empire as it is has people in the mind. In as much as we do real estate, our major target is to ensure that the people in diaspora, of course, they know you as a diaspora's landlord, right?
Yes.
Diaspora's landlord. So as much as people in the diasporas are investing, another target of the real estate, that's your own personal vision. But another target of the Access Empire is to ensure that everybody at their level can practice real estate. Now, what do you have to say about our property we are launching new at chioba Access?
So, Michelle, like you rightly say, right, they call me a diaspora landlord for a reason, because I help diasporans that live in the diaspora invest in Nigeria, and also help Nigerians that live in Nigeria invest in Nigeria.
Yes.
See, number one, Access Heaven chioba is one site or estate that everybody, the word is everybody, that understands what real estate is, that understands investment and return investment vis-a-vis real estate should invest in. You with diasporans that listen to this podcast, one of the best places you can invest in Nigeria today and be sure that your investment is safe for eternity is Access Heaven in chioba, right? Don't make a mistake.
Okay.
Access Heaven in chioba is strategically located behind Delta Park. Strategically located. That is the only property within that landscape that is not developed. That's not developed. So you, as a smart investor that is listening to us in this podcast, one of the things you can do for yourself is that you should invest in Access Heaven in chioba. If you don't, you might not be happy, but if you do, you will thank us and thank Access Heaven.
Yeah,
and Access Empire.
that point is very important. You know, most times when you meet people, they say, that land that was there when they were selling it for 10 million, for 5 million, for 1 million even, and now they are selling for 25. People always have this regret. But hear what he said now. He said, if you don't buy now, you will regret. But he doesn't want you to regret. So if you're watching us on this podcast, on this episode today, ensure that you invest on Access Heaven chioba. Very, very important for you. Thank you very much.
All right, so my last words for this podcast is that, hey, you that's listening to us, Access Heaven in chioba is open. Now, that estate is selling a pre-launch of 12 million naira. On the 22nd of June, that pre-launch ends and that property goes to 20 million. If I were you, I will seize the opportunity and invest in Access Heaven in chioba, because in Access Empire, we choose asset over liability. You should also choose asset over liability. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.